Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Falcon Plays NEO Scavenger, and before we continue on with the Mad Hatter quest, the entry into DMC, I wanted to take a look at the bottom right portion of the screen here, and you'll notice that I have a pistol with me. Now, something happened after last episode, as you could probably imagine. I ended up losing my last save. Now, here's the thing, I've been really diligent about having backups to all of my saves after every episode. For some reason, the last episode of that set of recordings, which was the last episode. This is May 2nd. I believe those episodes took place on May 20-something or April 20-something. Not May something, because then that would make it like I'm in the fucking future, and that's completely improbable, at least for now. At least until I could build my own DeLorean. But either way, I will explain what happened and what happened in that episode I had to catch up on. And that gun is particularly interesting to that. But before we continue onward, let's actually finish off with Hatter over here. If we remember, he wanted to basically give us a deal on how to get into DMC, right? Stepping up the elevator, it feels like you've walked into a control center built into an antique store. Baubles and relics crowds the walls and tabletops, while video screens and computer consoles cast a bluish tint on a handful of armed guards. Hatter crosses the room to sit at a low, broad desk facing the elevator. There's a lake. He pulls a worn road atlas from the desk drawer. About a day's walk northwest of here. Inside a building there is a silver urn. He pages through the atlas to a map of Michigan. My guess is that you know a thing or two about getting around out there, and maybe this could be your ticket into DMC. He pauses to look up at you. Interested? Well, you know what? I am interested in that thing, but however, I feel that this is bullshit, so I'm gonna go with trapping on this one. I guess I could do electrician and negotiate a trade, but I don't think I have much to trade with him just now, so let me go with trap, because it's a trap, obviously. Gotta do a little bit Akbar reference there. Something doesn't add up. You're no seasoned mercenary, but you're sure any fixer worth his salt is really careful who he contracts for work, and a visitor's pass can't be cheap, so there's no way it is just a cakewalk test. Plus, Hatter approached you. Nobody walks into a town out of nowhere and gets that kind of welcome. Something doesn't wash here, and it's making you edgy. I don't like this, you say, stepping short for sounding it threatening. Sounds like someone's trying to set me up. That gets Hatter's attention, and he looks up at you. You hear the creak of leather as a guard tenses. Alright, we're gonna get shot now, or what? It was just an inclination, man. Relax. He says, leaning back to his creaky chair. Turns out maybe you are worth the extra attention you seem to have garnered. He looks down at a blank spot in his desk, considering something a moment, and starts talking at it. Your, let's call him, employer, had a particular interest in you. He leans forward and starts interacting with a security console. Interested enough to open his earned contract, which express instructions that is only assigned to you. Said I'd find you trying to enter DMC. Said he'd front the cost of the visitor's pass if I got you to do it. He finishes a keystroke, then gestures at the wall monitors. One of the monitors switches to a view of this room with a cycling time code in the lower corner. After a few seconds of fast forwarding, it switches to real-time playback. There, standing where you are now, a black mass about the size of a man talks with Hatter. The detail seems to be glitchy, as if there's some sort of dark-colored static distorting the signal, but only around the figure. What's with the censoring, you ask? Don't know, he says. Look normal in person. Must be some sort of EMF interference. The discussion is short, punctuated by the figure handing Hatter a small object and leaving. As a rule, I don't disclose client info like this, he stops the video, but you seem like a decent type. More to the point, resourceful, and while money talks, I'll take a competent operative over cash any day. He reaches into a drawer and pulls out a small black wristband. The pass is yours. I'll keep my ear to the ground for any information of this Reaper fellow and let you know. And hey, he says before letting go of it, maybe you can come around again when you're looking for some work. Alrighty, excellent. So, we got the item, I do believe, right? Let's go into our menu here. Alrighty, and here is the surprise for you guys. For first, let's check it out here. Detroit Megacity, tracking bracelet, excellent. We can finally get into the city now. Do I have to equip this somehow, or no? I do. Apparently, it went to my crotch for some reason. That's all cool. Whatever, wherever it needs to be, then let it be there, I guess. Really? Did it just... Okay, I hope I just didn't make a critical error here and somehow I ingested that fucking tracking device. Is it maybe... No, that's there. Where is this wristband, out of curiosity? I'm really starting to worry about this now, but okay, let's just forget about that. Let's just equip my patchwork gloves back on here. Okay, so here's what happened. After last episode, I've been really diligent about keeping backup saves to all of my episodes and whatnot, just because, you know, the NEO Scavenger saves are really iffy, especially with cleaning devices for your PC. However, the last episode of the last recording, I didn't make a backup save. I cleaned my computer, and next thing you know, I lost my save. So what I had to do was play from the episode prior to the last one, up to get to DMC again. In the process of doing that, I ran into a DMC guard who was kind enough to ask me how I was doing. And, I saw an opportunity, and I thought, I could probably kill this guy. And I did. I saw him by himself, which is what worked the most. And I killed him, and he, if anything, actually, he gave up, and he dropped his shit, and he ran off. So he's alive somewhere in the wilderness naked. And, I was like, why would I leave the equipment here? And, I just picked it up, and now we are a DMC guard. So consider this my welcoming into the DMC guard family and whatnot. So I just wanted to explain that as to what happened. I haven't fucked over the system. It's still the exact sim save minus 1 episode's worth of progress, but I did that off camera so that you guys didn't have to sit through that again and be like, Falcon, you fucked up again. However, we do have a few items here, and let's see, do I have any mobiles, by the way? I do. I'm still pulling that string and whatnot. I would love to get a cart. Lady Luck, where are you right now? I could really use your help. Let's see, so I have a handgun here. I did take a minor cut, minor pain. I think this might have been scavenging through something. I'm not sure if this took place during the time that I had to replay to get up to the same point, but whatever it is, no big deal. As you can see here, we do have some water. I'm pretty sure none of this water, though, is actually sanitized, so I shouldn't make too much of an effort of drinking that too often unless I really have to. I am thirsty right now, so we'll keep that in mind for sure. Other than that, though, pretty good. We have a lighter. We have a cheap memory stick. You might be asking what this is all about. Well, I actually, before I went into Hatter again, I found a junk market by chance alone. And this is the first time I've been to the junk market, and I thought it was really cool. So right now we have 1 of 5 moves left. I'm a little bit thirsty. I could scavenge around where Mad Hatter's at, and I guess we'll do that and see what goes about here. You decide to check out the crumbling apartment building. Let's use strong. Let's use a little bit of light source. Loot is absolutely 0, so maybe not really worth my time in actuality. So instead, let's just not scavenge this area after all. Stop scavenging. Okay, all good. Whatever. So we have a way to get into DMC now, but before we do that, let's actually take a little perusal down to the junk market, just in case of those who are interested into checking that, what it's all about anyway. Junk market, jump in here, and let's go into our item menu. Now, when you go into the junk market, this is basically all that happens, is you find items in the ground. How this works, though, is that, thankfully I did this off camera because it took me a while to figure it out. I was like, how does this work? Well, obviously all of your items have a monetary value to them, right? If you literally drag an item and place it on the ground there, it's basically the property of the junk market now, and whatever they have, which they actually have a tracking bracelet, which costs a shit ton, you could actually, take off from that point. So say you give them like $50 worth of value stuff, you could then pick $50 worth of what they have and whatnot. So that's how that works out. I'm not sure how often they, I guess, replenish their supplies and whatnot, but for the meantime, I'm okay with what's happening here. I am rocking a gun at hand, which is a little bit interesting. I would rather love to have a broad spear, but I don't have that because I don't like to use my guns unless I really, really have to. Let me check out my vehicle real quick. No, I have no way to actually have a melee weapon. Well, I could use a machete, I guess. Do I have a wrench? I don't have a wrench this time around either, huh? Alright, no big problem though. But I just wanted to show that off anyway. And I suppose what we could do now is actually go into DMC. I do have the myopia trait this time around, I do believe, meaning that, yeah. We could fix myopia in the DMC, which is what I've always heard. So let's actually go there and start looking around. We're going to probably need a lot of money, that's what I've heard, so we might have to do a little bit of investigating afterwards. So navigating through the twisty maze of shacks and tarp shelters or towards massive walls stand at a construct backdrop to the east. You take your place in line on the right, with the others entering the city. At the front of the line, the guard motions you closer. A motion of pregnant silence precedes a satisfying chirp, and the monitor flashes visitor pass, yada yada yada, authorized. The guard urges you forward, and you begin down a long-ish stretch of empty corridors lined with harsh xenon lighting. And now we're back in DMC. Looks relatively smaller considering, it might just be the fact that I have this running in a big resolution, so it kind of compresses the map a bit. So we've been here before. We've actually been here before, didn't think I'd like it, but who am I? Never mind, no more Metallica James Hetfield voices, because I am really tone deaf, and that probably sounded really terrible, so I apologize. We've been here before, though. I'm gonna not make that reference again. Early on, back in, I don't know how long ago in my NEO Scavenger runs, and by runs I do mean like, attempts to get to here, not like, diarrhea runs, because that's actually possible in, NEO Scavenger if you're eating terrible shit out there. No pun intended. So either way, we're here. We messed around here a bit before, and what happened was last time I was here, I ended up getting stuck at the point because at the time the game didn't have a actual progression past DMC, which they do have now. So I'm not sure how to do anything around here, so I hope I just don't screw the pooch. And last time we were here, I do believe, I ended up pissing off guards, and like, you know, drones were after me. It was like Obama sending his shit after, maybe even Amazon, who knows. But a lot of stuff happened here, so hopefully this time around I can play a bit safer. Let's remember that I'm dressed as a DMC guard, so maybe that might help. Maybe it won't. Hopefully people don't realize and be like, hey, what are you doing wearing that guard suit? You're not a guard. Did you kill somebody? And I'll be like, yeah, I did. Because unfortunately I can't lie. So let's go to the Detroit Savings Bank. Detroit Savings Bank turns out to be a surprisingly tricky business to find. It has a presence for certain. Self-service terminals are near, ubiquitous, winking at passerbys from the countertops, ad walls, and alcoves, but there's a little more to these terminals than signage, lights, and the screen. There doesn't even appear to be a place to dispense cash, nor insert a card. Well, obviously, it's the wastelands. There's no cash anymore. After a bit of walking, though, you eventually find a Detroit Savings Bank microbranch with more than a screen. You're outside the Detroit Savings Bank Gates 11 microbranch. A secure climate-controlled booth, slightly larger than a covered bus stop, sits in the sidewalk here. It has the requisite of self-service terminals in the exterior, but looking through the transparent walls, there appears to be an actual human teller inside. Much to our surprise, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We have electrician look for a junction box. We could threaten the teller. I don't think I'm gonna do that. That might piss people off, and again, we're trying to avoid that right now. I could wait for the teller to leave. I guess I'll go fucking mug the place after she's gone, or I could leave the bank. So let's try electrician, because I don't think I had that before. Temporary structures like these are usually wired to an exposed junction box nearby. If you can locate it, perhaps you could power cycle the boot. It wouldn't get you the information you seek, at least not directly, but you could probably sneak a peek at her logging back in if you had a sharp eye. You still need a way to access the terminal to use that info though. Wait a minute. Is that really the best thing I should do then? Because, I have records, don't I? You know what, let me go back before we do that. Let's enter the boot. Should I do that or should I use the electrician? I'm not even sure which one. I haven't done electrician. Let's just stick to electrician. See what happens. Sure enough, you spot a stainless pipe snaking its way from the corner of the microbench. Just spot where it connects to the grid and look for the usual maintenance axis. Apologize for my throat too. I'm kind of battling a bit of a cold right now. You make like you're waiting for someone as you watch for the right movement. Moment, I should say, not movement. And then as the traffic hits a low, you trip the brake. The microbench goes dark, as does a nearby lamp. Nary a person blinks though in the city of flashing signage and flying cars. You quickly reset the breaker and make for the far side of the microbench, trying to find a perfect blend of vantage point and an unconspicuousness. I wonder if I had eagle eye, this would probably be easier. So let's watch the teller log in. When the login screen appears, the teller rattles off some keystrokes, but it's way too hard for you to see far from here without some sort of optical zoom to help. This isn't going to work. I guess my myopia skill doesn't help things either, right? So that's not going to work. Maybe if I had the not telescope, but the binoculars. So let's just enter the boot and do this regularly then. You pull the transparent door open and step through. Inside you're greeted with a bright colored light and dry tepid air. The teller, a presentably looking young woman with a straight brown hair, looks up from her terminal warmly. Hello, she says. Is there anything which I can assist you with today? There is, baby. Definitely is. Apparently I could ask about the cryo facility account. I guess that's what we should probably do. Pretend to be mentally retarded patient. That's really offensive. I don't want to do that. Apparently everything else will make me look mentally retarded. Which, you know, it's offensive. No, I don't want to... I don't want to make it seem, it's like, have you ever been in a situation where, like, somebody's, making or imitating something like that, and then an actual, mentally handicapped person walks by, and then that person's a fucking dick? I know! I'm not going to say why I know, but let me tell you, it's a really awkward situation. That's all I'm going to say about this story. So let's ask about the Gaige's cryo facility account, whatever the fuck it might be. You begin explaining your situation, starting with the cryo facility, your amnesia, and the clues that you follow to reach this point. She feigns interest as if you tell your tale, but at the first opportunity interjects. I'm sorry, Mr. Kindred, but do you hold an account with us? I think so, you consider answering, but she continues. Or perhaps you have some sort of identification. I do. Baby, I definitely do. I'm gonna show you my fucking bracelet. You hold out your bracelet plaintively. Oh, she says, switching subtly from attentive to deflective. I'm afraid we can only service clients who presently hold an account with Detroit Savings Bank or citizens of Detroit opening a new account. However, you're still welcome to use your payment network at any participating vendor. Your mobile device can both send and receive payments. She indicates a brightly illustrated placard on the wall, depicting overwhelmingly inoffensive young people conducting transactions in an unnaturally happy fashion. You smile and thank the young lady and head back outside. The humid city air seems palpable after the crisp environments of the boot. So that did nothing for us, right? It did absolutely nothing for us. I'm not sure what you do with this bank, to be quite honest with you. I don't want to threaten her, though, that's for sure. So I guess I'm going to wait for her to leave. What else can I do? I guess I'll just wait. I guess I'll have to go the scumbag route and just fucking break in there. You find a position with a good vantage point and stare at the boot like a cycle for a while. The boot doesn't garner a lot of foot traffic. This might explain why there are so few of them around town. As soreness overcomes your feet, you realize this is going to take you longer than you thought. You're outside Detroit's... what? I can't wait? Just wait. Stop being so lazy. You made the longest trip of all time from that facility down to DMC and suddenly you can't just hang out and wait? Alright. I'm not gonna threaten her, so let's just leave the bank for now and maybe we can find something else to do here. So, Haggerty Clinic is where we would essentially get our myopia fixed, but I don't think I have the money or the funds for this. Haggerty Health Clinic is a pretty busy spot in proximity to Gate 11, and its mercenary attitude towards clientele ensures that it is a steady stream of business from both inside the DMC and Sprawl. Alright. As you cross the street, you can't help but notice the activity on the rooftop. The high-pitched whines of turbines mark the coming and going of hover vehicles spraying water from the landing pad into the fine mist that rains around the building. So let's enter Haggerty Clinic, obviously. Inside the lobby, looks a lot like any other clinic. There are banks of attached seats covering most of the floor and counters for both receiving patients and dispensing pharmaceuticals. What service do you require today? Well, I'm glad that you would ask. Wow, that costs a lot of fucking money. Okay. Suspensions treatment? That seems pretty cool. Antibiotic pills. Man, do I needed those last run, didn't I? I could clean and dress wounds. That's a lot of money. You guys are, offering quite a service over here for a lot of fucking money, which is understandable. It's kind of like your own monopoly. Okay, I get rehydrate. Core body temperature regulation. I guess if you have hypothermia, this will work out. Sedatives and whatever. Alright, let's just go upstairs and whatever. You don't have nothing here that I'm interested in right now anyway. Here we go. Eye augmentation or eye surgery. That's probably what I fucking really need. You begin speaking with an attendant who reviews your eligibility test results. Fortunately, initial testing seems to indicate that you are eligible for further augmentation and prosthesis. Alright. Artificial eye replacement, 5,600. Artificial night eye vision upgrade, 300. That would be pretty cool as well. Being able to see in the dark? Fuck yeah. Artificial telescope. Oh, wow. Okay, 200, huh? So what if I had this? Would I then be able to peer into that woman's, in the Detroit Savings Bank? And then eye surgery. Well, this is the cheapest one. Let's see if I could do this one. The patients who have already received the human eye replacement can have their units upgraded. Oh, god damn it. So I don't think I could do it just yet. I have to get one first and foremost. So, oh, Jesus. What would eye surgery do? Patients will be screened for eligibility laser-assisted correction or implementable color lens. If eligible, the patient's myopia will be corrected and better than normal vision will be achieved. Okay, well that's what I want. I guess I just don't have the money for it, right? Okay. So, we need money. Isn't this money over here? It says like I have 3,000. Why won't you let me use my money? You know what? Let me rehydrate first and foremost if I can. It doesn't... this thing over here is lying to me because that's 3,000 whatever the fuck I have, but I guess I'm not sure what they work with here, so let's just get out of here really quickly then. I guess I can't do much about this area. For now. Okay. I'll leave the clinic. Well, I guess we've exhausted stuff that I could do here. I guess I go to the Red Gnome. This is only if you're hungry though. But again, I have no money it seems, so let's go back to Gate 11. And let's just go back to Hatter. Maybe Hatter has something for us to do. And that would be great because obviously right now I have no money and apparently money is really big in this fucking city in the afterworld of society here. So let's, Hatter, how do I speak to you again, sir? Hide, cover. I'm not trying to hide. Hatter? How do I talk with Hatter again? 2 moves. That tile is not passable. Okay, well I'm just trying to have a conversation with fucking Hatter over here. Alright. Guess that's not getting me anywhere. Guess I'll move a bit. Go back to the junk market. Maybe there's something in the junk market now? Nope. Alright, let's just end my turn then. turn is ended. Alright, let's check this out again. Hatter! Talk to me, man! Oh boy, he's not in the building. I guess I'll just scavenge this for the sake of it. Yeah, no useful items, no shit. I just want to talk to Hatter again. Maybe he has a job for me now. He mentioned if I needed work, I could always come back to him and, you know, do my thing. Detroit Savings Bank. Alright, let's wait for the teller to leave. That's not gonna do a damn thing. I'm this close to threatening that woman, I'm telling you right now. It's probably not a good thing for anybody involved though, but... Okay. Let's think this really cautiously here. And see what is about for us. I can scroll the map a bit. Oh, wait a minute. Concrete Forest Apartments. Okay, never mind. So there's still a few more things for us to do here. So let's go to the Concrete Forest Apartments and see what's about over here. Arriving at the Concrete Forest Apartments, you immediately see the resemblance. Towering structures stand at regular intervals like giant artificial trees, crisscrossing laundry lines, string lights, and Contra Code balcony modifications complete the illusion. You step into the black and start looking, or step into the block and start looking around. Ooh-wee. Check out the canteen truck. There's a canteen truck strategically positioned curbside near the main walk. People are lined up at the illuminated side window, and a mixture of steam and smoke stream from its openings. Nearby, music booms from where a crowd has gathered. It's all babbling shoulders and legs from here, but you do see a car's hatchback stringing up from near the center. One of the towers has a C-store at ground level. A lonely few are inside, but it doesn't seem very popular. And there's the ambiguous knockoff vendor barking at passerbys. I could check out this C-store. I could check out the crowd. Let's check out the crowd. The sidewalk is vibrating with bass as you approach, and the scene begins to make a bit more sense. Meanwhile, b-boys are taking turns, mixing move styles. Right. Breaking boys. Whatever. I could check out the store. I guess I'll check out the canteen truck. What is this gonna do? As you get closer, you smell fried food. You catch an unfamiliar savory scent. Spicy, but also a bit sweet. It's a bit artificial. No menu, though. Folks here must be regulars. Just line up, a few words, then pay and go. Dude in the truck probably makes a tidy profit at the rate he's going. Okay, well, I guess I'll get in line. I guess I could use a little bit of food. Oh, there's quite a bit of different foods here, as a matter of fact. Alright, whatever's cooking you want in on some of your stomach, you find the end of the line. You, what you want? Truck guy's already looking impatient. Okay, well, relax, bro. I'll ask about the roast, or... Let's just go... Yeah, let's ask about the roast. You nod at the back wall. What's with the roast? Track rabbit, he says before you finish, then sensing your confusion, catch of the day. I'm not sure why he sounds that way to me, but he does. So much for a licensed food provider, it seems. So let's just go and maybe go with the... I don't know. Let's go with the cabbage and roast, I suppose. Roast up, he shouts over his shoulder. You settle your payment and step away, and the grub in hand. And the roast isn't bad. In fact, gamey to be sure, a bit milder than the stuff you found out there. There's some stringiness and grizzle to it too, less desirable in days past, but proof you have actual meat in this case. Meat of what? You're probably better far not knowing. You gulp down the last bites and get your bearings again. So that fed me a little bit. And I did, okay, my bad. See, I was over here looking at this as I had 3,000, but it was just literally $23.89 now. So that's the reason why I couldn't do anything with the myopia stuff. So I do have a little bit of money, just obviously not much of it. Okay, so let's leave, I guess, leave. But again, we're still back in square one where I have to get some money before we can do anything of interest here. So let's just go back outside, and I guess what we'll do is actually just go after, check current mode. Current cursor mode, right, split stack. I found an unlicensed power tap used to add more charges. Okay, do I have anything that could use charges here? I don't think my phone will, but maybe the battery would, right? I mean, that would make sense to me. Alright, so let's empty this out if we can. Smartphone battery. So how would I use this in reality? The problem, use? Or I guess empty out? Empty out the charges and then put them in your battery. Oh ho ho! Falcon, every now and then. You impress even me. And that's apparently me talking to myself here. So put that inside now, right? And then battery, it's good to go. Is there anything else that could require power? I mean, might as well take advantage of it since it's here. I don't think that's probably it though, right? Yeah, that seems to be it. Okay, let's fucking turn this phone on now. It's totally on. It's locked. You asshole. Alrighty, that's all good. So you know what, guys? How about we call it an episode here today? I know it's been kind of short. Oh, not really short, but not much happened. But we got to DMC. Now I just have to figure out what the fuck I gotta do from here. And I guess I'll do that on my own because I'm going to continue recording a few episodes today, so I can't really, I guess, I guess, rely on your comments as to like, Falcon is what you should be doing right now. So I got to figure out on my own, and I will. And next episode, we'll continue on with our mission here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time.